Hello there, my name's Card. I'm a long-time progressive community organiser and activist, and today I just want to briefly talk about a reactionary dog whistle that's been around for a while now, as well as what it really means, who's using it, and why. For those who might not know, in politics, a dog whistle is a word, a phrase, or a symbol which seems perfectly innocent and innocuous to most people, but which really communicates a more sinister hidden message to those in the know. Additionally, there'll also be a playlist of videos of mine linked at the top of the description which goes into detail about all sorts of reactionary dog whistles and how to spot them. Today specifically, I wanted to talk about Bane, the antagonist of the 2012 Batman film The Dark Knight Rises, and how he's become a contemporary reactionary meme and signal, particularly in online spaces. Long story short, The Dark Knight Rises is a favourite subject of 4chan's dedicated television and movies board. Specifically, they're big fans of its central villain, a mask-wearing, strongman terrorist named Bane. Ever since the film's release, now 12 years ago, Bane has been a consistently popular figure on the website, to the point where he's been the focus of a very large number of memes and jokes and musical tributes and the like. In particular, a lot of the content 4chan users make about Bane relate to the Dark Knight Rises prologue and opening scene, wherein Bane kills a US government agent and destroys a plane in flight. The fascination with this scene most likely stems from a lot of the site's users' pent-up violent reactionary sentiment towards figures of authority, but that's something of an aside. The fact of the matter is, 4chan users, by and large, like Bane and his actions, and they will readily recognise when it's referenced in other original works of media uploaded to the site, or when it's remixed into a song or similar. So specifically popular with 4chan users is the opening prologue of The Dark Knight Rises that they will use oblique references to it to identify one another on other more mainstream websites like Twitter or Facebook or Reddit. The point isn't that any part of the movie itself is necessarily overtly offensive, but obscure references to Bane serve to be something of an identifying marker that basically only people who have become so unnaturally familiar with the film from its popular meme status on 4chan will understand. It's a way for people to signal their knowledge of now more than a decade-old 4chan memes to each other. And typically, people who reference old 4chan memes like that are, more often than not, people familiar with and typically sympathetic to the alt-right worldview. Someone making a reference to Bane and the opening scene from The Dark Knight Rises is all but tacitly signalling their deep familiarity with terms and jokes only held onto on image board sites most commonly used by the online far right. So, for the sake of keeping yourself and your spaces safe, please just keep it in mind. Particular phrases that 4chan users will often use to signal each other related to Bane include, but are not necessarily limited to, lines of dialogue from the movie like the following. Tell me about Bane. Why does he wear the mask? And crashing this plane with no survivors. And this exchange. If I pull that off, will you die? It would be extremely painful. You're a big guy. For you. It's always good to be able to recognise alt-right messaging and signalling like this, so you can spot it, denounce it, explain why it's bad to others, and remove the people posting this sort of stuff. That's all I have to say today. I hope it helps. Once again, my name's Card. If you want to hear more from me, especially more about emerging and obscure reactionary dog whistles and how to spot them, feel free to subscribe to this YouTube page, or just take a look at my other videos. Either way, goodbye for now, and stay safe out there.